Now, this weekend always marks the unofficial start to the summer season with pools opening and boating season beginning. But with that comes a major danger, especially for kids: drowning.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? So if you can get in and just learn some of the basic water safety, learn how to float on your back, even if you can't swim, some people can float. If you know to get on your back, take a deep breath, and people can sit there and be a little bit more safe.
New data from the CDC shows after decades of declines, now drownings are actually on the rise. And part of that comes from people just not knowing how to swim. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause explains why experts say learning to stay safe in the water is critical and the method that starts kids swimming when they're still babies.
On a sunny Sunday afternoon,
Go, go, go. Great job, Ty.
3-year-old Tig and 18-month-old Stetson splash into the pool.
Job.
Their instructor, Gina Mancia, knows the skills they're learning are more than fun.
They're life-saving.
As an infant swim rescue instructor, Gina teaches kids and babies how to survive in the water.
The risk of them falling into the water and having an accident if they're not skilled is extremely high. It's the #1 cause of accidental death in children under 5.
That's a risk she knows all too well.
My son jumped out of the trampoline, made his way to the pool, and there was surveillance where it shows he just jumped in by himself. And because he had swam in that puddle jumper, he tried to go into that vertical position that they swim in. You know how they have their head up. He went in exactly into that position, but couldn't stay afloat because children that young cannot tread water. And he battled for his life for 25 seconds.
Because of the ISR training, he knew to grab onto a volleyball net, screaming for help until Mom pulled him out.
There were 6 adults around. Drowning is silent. Nobody heard him, nobody saw him, and it was as I was walking. So when that happened, I decided I want to be a part of this.
Nice job, Ty.
Data from the CDC shows that after decades of decline, now drownings in the U.S. are once again on the rise. A new study shows part of that may be due to people not knowing how to swim. The CDC reports roughly 15% of adults, that's almost 40 million people in the U.S. that don't know how to swim. Over half have never had a lesson. Mancia says that's concerning.
Very, very, very.
Very good. Let me see.
And that's why Raquel Isley is starting her boys early.
You know, all you want for your kids is to be safe.
Ready, set.
She says these lessons are already making a difference for Stetson and Teague.
The lessons honestly made them love the water, even more. And it gave them a respect for the water as well, because they learned you can't breathe underwater, and flipping over, they learn to hold their breath.
Raquel says they still keep a close eye on the boys around the water, but the peace of mind knowing they can keep themselves safe means the world.
It's definitely worth it. Your child's safety is priceless.
Yeah, all done.
That was Rachel Krause reporting. So far, there have been 8 water-related deaths in Colorado this year. CPW says you know the drill. If you're out in the open water especially, use those life jackets and avoid drugs and alcohol.